All right, you guys, welcome back. Let's turn up to the max. How's your 2024 going? I hope it's going well. Mine's going great. Everything is running on all cylinders. So let's get started and sharpen you guys up. Let's hit Proverbs 11. And it starts off with, dishonest scales are an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. Okay, dishonest scales. What do you guys think dishonest scales are? Let's think about some of the people right now who's actually made a living off of dishonest scales. I don't know how many scammers and schemers you guys get calling your phones 24/7, like always trying to get you to buy something, trying to get your information so they can just create ways to create revenue for themselves. So that's one thing that's an abomination to the Lord. I don't know how many people it's gonna hit home or resonate with, but yeah, actually trying to gain wealth or gain funds by dishonest scales, that's an abomination to the Lord. So if you're doing those kind of things, you know, hey, I understand you're trying to grind and put food on your plate and stuff, but there's got to be a better way than beating your brother or sister or your neighbor out of their funds. So let's try not to be an abomination to God, because that's a gut-wrenching disgrace and like repugnant. You don't want God to look at you like, oh my God, he's so disgusting. Like, when you see him coming through the line in heaven, he's gonna be like, flick, get that guy out of here. You feel me? Or get that woman out of here for what they've done. So let's move with purpose. Next one is, a just weight is his delight. So no matter how long it takes you to do it and get it right, that's what's worthy of honor and praiseworthy. Those hard times. The little motto is, no grind, no shine. So be willing to put the time in to get what you deserve. And that's honest and justable. You feel me? That's honorable to the Lord. You look at those people, the people who actually got it out the mud and did it the right way, where nobody was hurt or harmed or had to get beat or cheated to get there. Those are the people God glorifies and praise. So, hey, you guys, it's a choice. You can be an abomination, or you can be looked at as a G. So right now, I want everybody to be G's in God's eyes. And being a G, in my opinion, means being good and godly. All right, let's move to the second one. When pride comes, then comes shame. But with the humble is wisdom. How many times have you guys acted hastily and regretted it? That's what this describes. Pride. When pride comes, then comes shame. When you think you all bad and think this and just leaning on your own understanding, just going off of instinct and going off of feeling and going off of ego, you can shame yourself. I've acted time and time again back in the day when I was like a little hot-headed. I would always, every time I get mad or blow up, I'd always regret it because I went too far or did too much. So that's something I can relate to. It's like being a hothead. That's shameful. You feel me? In my pride, I hold up, you can't tell me nothing. You can't this and this. Okay, then when somebody explains they were right and I was wrong, I get to pull the paper back and look at the situation a little bit clearer through somebody else's eyes or shoes. Then I look at myself and like, dang, that was me. I acted like that. I don't know. I think there was one time, way back when. This is way back in the day. Back when they were recording fights and stuff like that. I don't know how many people have seen those little fights. Those, at the end of the day, everybody's seen somebody record a fight. So there's been people who record fights, and okay, here, which one do you want to be seen as? You feel me? Because when you're hot-headed in those situations, what's going to happen when you sit back and reflect on what you did? Are you going to be like, okay, hey, look at what I did, I'm proud of it, yeah, take that to the bank? Or are you going to be like, oh, dang, my actions condemn me, not reap what I sowed? Let's get back to, with the humble is wisdom. So I'm going to shine the bright light on the people who's humble, or the ones who take the low road, just so the other people can feel big about themselves and prideful, whatever. It's like, okay, here, I'll be humble. My dad used to say, walk soft and carry a big stick. That's what I was raised on. Hey, I can eat crow, let you think you big, you feel me? To be a leader, gotta be a good follower. So I'll be humble when it's time to be humble, and know that that's what brings honor and glorification to my Father. All I'm trying to do is be a disciple of Christ. Move on, verse 3. Integrity of the upright will guide them. The integrity. What's integrity? Integrity is being able to handle pressure, the strains, stress, anger, all those negative feelings, whatever that comes up to make you want to think bad or react bad or do bad things. That is where integrity comes from, even when, or is needed, even when it comes to making good decisions behind closed doors. That's where integrity comes from. And that's what I'm building up day by day, because at the end of the day, I want to be found blameless. Like, dang, I can't find nothing wrong with this dude. He ain't all talk. Actions speak louder than words. And that's why I say to everybody, hey, actions speak louder than words. Anybody can tell you anything. I want to see what you really do, what you really about. So the integrity of the upright will guide them. So what's guiding us right now, we're being led by the Spirit. Walk by faith, not by sight. This is why we're tuning in. We're tuning in because we have integrity. We want to make sure there's no chinks in our armor. We want to be able to stand in the day of adversity and be like, hold up, whatever the devil throw at me, I can handle that because I have integrity. You can throw naked women, throw all these females trying to approach me, but I'm going to be like, I got integrity. Back up. You see this ring? I'm married. See, that's where integrity comes in there, fellas. Because I represent God's only son. Hey, I'm his disciple. I got to walk in his path. I'm trying to be like him. He said he walked with no sin. I'm far from perfect, but best believe we can start today. All right, you guys, let's keep moving. Let's break it down a little bit more. You feel me? I see down here in the little footnotes. We can get a little bit more, a little clearer. Dealing fairly with one another is an outgrowth of the command to love one's neighbor as oneself, which is in turn an outgrowth of the central command given to Israel to love God alone. That is why false balances are an abomination to God, a term that refers to stomach-wrenching hatred. That's why I tried to tell you guys, stomach-wrenching hatred, because I already came through these verses by myself earlier. But do you want God to feel a stomach like have you ever felt so disgusted with somebody like, oh my God, when you see them, they just make your stomach turn, you just so like, ugh. That's how you don't want God to feel about you. All right, let's keep it going. Verse 2, this is how it was broken down. Many Proverbs contrast the arrogant with the humble. As this one does, the Hebrew word for pride comes from the root word to boil up. It refers to a raging arrogance or insolence. The image pictures the presumptuous or arrogant behavior of the godless person. Such behavior always leads to shame. Like I said, you don't want to walk around with shame. Regret is the worst thing to walk around with, you feel me? Because you don't even know if you can rekindle relationships after you've been something. I mean, you always can fix something, but some things can't be fixed. Once you say something, the words come out, life and death is in the power of the tongue, you can't pull it back. What if you accidentally hurt somebody that you really love? You feel me? Imagine blowing up on somebody over the smallest thing, and then they're just hurting beyond repair, and you're sitting here like, dang, if I only would have thought twice about what I did or anything, you feel me? So, like I say, you guys, let's fight the good fight and win. It's our spirit versus our flesh. Our flesh is prideful, arrogant, wants to please itself. But our spirit is humble. The fruits of the spirit: love, joy, peace, long-suffering, meekness, kindness, and self-control. Let's highlight that self-control. All right, let's keep going. The verse 3 through 6. The verses from these series of the Proverbs contrast the results of the righteousness and perversity in people's lives. As pride and humility are contrasted in verse 2, so integrity and perversity is contrasted in verse 3. All right, you guys, but the perversity of the unfaithful will destroy them. All right, I'm going to pause right there. All right, you guys, let's look up the word perversity. It means, bear with me, a willful tendency or determination to go counter to what is expected or desired, sometimes for no apparent reason. And I have to admit it, I've done that sometimes myself. I've just almost self-sabotaged this morning. So, what do I do? What can we do when we used to mess up? You feel me? How do we live as a new man? How do we continue to make good decisions? We have to think and remember where we came from, you guys. You have to always choose right other than wrong. The righteousness of the righteous man will deliver him out of all trouble. So just continue to do righteous, you guys. Continue to lean what is right. Let's go contrary to what we always used to do. And that's what I'm having to learn to do now. Not do what I used to do. We have to learn to diffuse these triggers in our lives. Have you ever dealt with a person who's like, oh, I'm so triggered? Like, hey, you know what? You can choose to be triggered. Or you can choose to remove the firing pin. So no matter how many times somebody pulls that trigger, it ain't nothing gonna happen. It lost all power over you. So that's what the Holy Spirit's gonna do for us. We're going to ask God to remove all triggers from us right now. In Jesus' name, I'm going to pray for those right now who have triggers in their lives. That's perversity. That's willful and arrogant ways to go off the way, off the path. Do you want to be on the path or off the path, you guys? We want to be on the path of righteousness, the highway of holiness. We're going to break that down a little bit later because it's in Isaiah, you feel me? The highway of holiness. That's my favorite little passage, you feel me? The fate of Zion. Bear with me, we get back to that. All right, you guys. But the perversity of the unfaithful will destroy them. You can be against your own self. The Satan can use you against you. You feel me? Wrestle not against flesh and blood, against principalities and spiritual hosts of wickedness in heavenly places. You can be a host of wickedness, of a spiritual host. So you have to renew your mind daily. That's what we have to do every day. Every day you wake up with your own opinion. You don't wake up with, oh, you might have went to sleep on some good stuff. But yes, when you go to sleep and close your eyes and wake up, that reset button hit one more time and your flesh woke up again. You feel me? It woke up like, what can we do today? How we feeling today? Other than asking how we feeling, hold up. Let me crucify this flesh. Let me wake up and renew my mind. Let me crucify it. Let me humble myself under the mighty hand of the Lord. Let me do what I have to do to be of service, of use to the kingdom. Other than wake up when my emotions, instincts, feelings go back to start. Do you want to keep dealing with the same stuff every day? You want to wake up and, what was that movie, 50 First Dates? She lost her memory every morning. Every time she woke up, it was a clean start. No. So what can we do? We can do the same thing they did. Remember where you left off. Take notes. Keep a log. Everything, whatever you have to do to that works, that's what you have to do. And me, like I say, you start the day off with prayer. I have to do a whole routine from Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. to certain times. Like, you have no idea. I have a whole schedule to keep my whole day laid out, to keep me from getting off the veering off. That's how serious I am about these things, because I don't want to mess up. I'm too far along in this thing. They have to keep going through the same test. No, I got a notebook. I got cheat codes. I got everything it takes to just be great every day, to wake up and grow and become Growzilla. Like what you talking about, homie? I'm better than I was yesterday. That's the whole attitude that we all should wake up with. I want to be better than I was yesterday. All right, people, let's keep moving. I don't want to talk too much. Verse 4. Riches do not profit in the day of wrath. Hey, all you billionaires. Hey, all you millionaires. This one's for you. All the people who got all them dollars, what's going to happen? What would happen in the day of wrath? What would happen if you was walking down the street and you trying to floss on a blind man's dream? Okay, you don't know what it takes for somebody to snap. You might be having some jewelry on or something like that, and that's just enough to make a dude want to kill you. What happens if that happens? It's not going to profit. It's not going to save you. It ain't going to save your life. If you're on the operating table, if you dying, riches ain't going to save you. What's going to happen if you've been living a life of debauchery, drinking, lewdness, all that other stuff? It's not going to save you when you reap what you sow. So don't think money's going to save a lot of people. What did it say in the scripture? It says it's easier to get a camel through the eye of a needle than to get a rich man into heaven. Me and my buddy Damon was talking about that the other day. So who do you want to be? Do you want to be a person who's trusting in their riches, their idols? Money's the idol. You feel me? The love of money is the root of all evil. So you have to see things as it is, as a tool. Are you using it for good or bad? Are you trying to think that you're better than people that's going to save you? You can't be touched? No. At the end of the day, we all can be touched, you guys. So why not love your neighbor as yourself? Why not share? Hey, you make more friends. It says everybody's a friend to those who give gifts. So why not give? It's better to give than receive, you guys. So all you rich people, millionaires who trying to hold and pinch every dollar, while the poor, middle class, lower class is starving, sleeping in tents in this cold weather. You feel me? I work and feel how cold it gets. And it's just funny, like, dang, how we all are human beings. We all feel, like I said, we all feel hot, cold, and all that. So how can we have great abundance and wealth and think we're safe? Like, yo, you know what? I don't gotta go through that. That don't answer me. They made the bad decisions. No. Why not think to yourself like, dang, you know what? Hey, I got a couple billion. It ain't gonna bother me to send out sleeping bags, blankets, whatever. This just average stuff. You feel me? I'm not I ain't trying to take nothing from y'all. No. I'm just saying, there's people who have great wealth and think that's gonna save them. It's not, you guys. That's not going to save you when you go up to heaven and be like, hey, God, I had the biggest bank account. I ran up the bag. I did this. You see my jewelry? You see this? That, what? I think it was something somebody told me way back in the day. It was like, it was a man who was good with God. You feel me? It was a man after God's own heart. And he was a rich man. And he was like, hold up on his deathbed. He was like, Lord, he accumulated so much money. And he was like, God, I know I'm about to die, but can I bring my money with me? Okay, well, here, you know what? And he got all his money changed into bars of gold. And then when he got to heaven and God let him bring it with him, and they asked him what was in the bag, and he showed them his bars of gold. And they was like, you brought pavement? Pavement? So imagine there's things that we care about and hold, like, oh my, yeah, I got gold, diamonds in my mouth, all the stuff that we hold value is really nothing compared to eternity in heaven. So don't put your trust in riches and like, okay, that makes your whole identity. Because what happens when you don't have that? What happens when you take those clothes off? When you take that Gucci off? That's who you are. I know some people out there who, I ain't gonna try to put nobody down, but imagine if you don't work your body out and you out of shape, no matter how much your Gucci, whatever you got on, what happens when you peel out and you gotta stand before that woman or that man? Because you know those women who wear those little tight little waistbands and put on makeup and everything else like that, but when they take that makeup off, when they take that waist trainer off and take those tight pants off, what happens then when you stand in front of somebody? Are you who you say you were, or you been putting on the front this whole time? All right, you guys, let me get on the same track. I'm sorry. I apologize. Sometimes I just be going on and on. But anyway, let's move on. But righteousness delivers from death. See how in depth I go on this stuff, y'all? I'm so passionate about this. It be hitting me. I almost forget where I was at. Righteousness delivers from death. Let that soak in. I'm going to say it one more time. Righteousness delivers from death. Not, oh, my money, my schemes, my bunker, my guns, my ammunition. That's not going to deliver you from death. What's going to deliver you is your righteousness. The right things, the good you do to people, you reap what you sow. Imagine all the people that you bless and you touch on the positive side. Like, who's the good people? Martin Luther King, the people who never died for their righteousness. That's what's going to live on forever. A good name is better to be chosen than great riches. Now, I'm jumping to a different scripture right now, but this is just what I know. A great name, a good name is better in God's eyes than great riches. So don't try to be out here and like, oh, I done run up the bag. Don't get it wrong. It's what you run up the bag for. Are you running up the bag to help, or to run up the bag to hold and feel like you're a superiority? It's a choice. What you doing this for? Like me and my boy, we doing this so we paving the way for the next generation. I don't want my kids to have to go through any of the stuff that I went through ever. I want to go through the hard times once and for all for my whole family, because I chose life instead of death. And I'm not going after it in false scales and abominable ways. All right, you guys. Yeah, let me try to finish at least make the verse 10. The righteousness of the blameless will direct his way. The righteousness of the blameless. Let's listen. Everything is in the wording. The righteousness. That's what you do on a regular basis. This is what I do. My righteousness. When you find me, what is he doing? Oh, taking care of his kids, looking out for his mom, or going to work, helping his wife, helping his kids, doing this. The righteousness, going to the church, doing it. If all you doing is righteousness, that's going to deliver you. When I come through my hardest times, if I lose a car or something like that, I don't know how God make a way out of no way. People hit me up, hey, do you need a car? Do you need this? Do you need this? Why? How? Because my righteousness delivers me. Because the things that I've done good for people, I reap what I sow. When I'm on my worst days, I'm living like somebody on their best day. Only why? Because my continued righteousness. It's not no one day thing. I don't just turn this camera on and be like, okay, here, I'm holding it now. Far from it. Every day I'm trying to get better and better and better. And yes, I'm still a man, so I'm not perfect. Ask my wife. She'll let you know this dude, she got to pray for him at least 3 times an hour. There you go. You know, she looks out for me. But anyway, you guys, the righteousness of the upright will deliver them, but the unfaithful will be caught by their lust. Okay, be careful, you guys. Your lust. I don't know, men and women can lust after things. So don't let your lust catch you. Don't get caught. Oh, baby, my baby, what you doing looking at them pictures? What you do? Wait, who's that one pastor? I don't know who it is. Titty Jakes. I don't know. This came to my ear. Like I said, I don't watch news. I don't watch nothing. But if it's anything going on, it makes it to my ears if it's newsworthy. If God want me to know about it, find out about it, somebody tell me about it. But this is what I just heard about. Something about T.D. Jakes at a Diddy party and some homosexual allegations. Don't get caught up in your lust. All right, y'all. It happens to the best of us, y'all. The preachers, the pastors, the bishops, even the bishops. The bishops. So be on point, y'all. Stay on point. The devil roams around. The devil's like a roaming lion seeking whom he may devour. And if you aren't on point, you will get devoured and lose everything that you thought you fought for. You can lose your whole reputation just because of your lust. So let's not get caught slipping. Let's be the blameless. Let's walk out there like, what's this man trying to find something about me? Yeah. About to say something else, but just know, y'all, I love y'all. J Phoenix Ministries, we here to go against the grain, y'all, and rise from the ashes. I love y'all. Christ banging. Let's keep it moving. Y'all.